There's a couple of ideas that I'd like to cover today in a small conversation that Sri Ramakrishna is having in his biography with M, one of his disciples. And he says self-knowledge is discussed in the Ashtavakra Samhita. That's one of the old scriptures that talks about Advaita Vedanta, or the one without a second, or non-duality. And he says, the non-dualists say, Soham, that is, I am the Supreme Self, or thou art that famous line that we often misunderstand to say that I am God, meaning this little I. And he says that's not the case. But this is not the right attitude for householders, for people who aren't monks, who don't have the time to sit 8 or 10 hours a day in meditation and have that support that can give the clarity of mind, the stillness of mind that's necessary to not experience duality. So all of us who have a body, who think that we're a body, like if you can describe yourself as male or female, then it's not time for you to go into non-duality. It's not time for you to say that I am that. It's not proper to say that. Because in Advaita, or in non-duality, it's not God who disappears. It's you, actually. Very much like in a dream. Say that I'm a frog in a dream, right? I'm dreaming myself as a frog. Well, when I wake up, I'm not a frog. I'm the dreamer, right? I'm the human body in the bed. So it was the frog body that disappeared. Well, this here is your frog body. And when you come to enlightenment, this is what disappears. It's not that God disappears. So as long as your I references you being a body and mind, then it's not time for an Advaitic practice. And you should just kind of take that and put it in your pocket, the idea of oneness. Know that that's the ultimate truth, but it's not a practice. All practices are dual. All right? So that's an important point. And he says here, that this is not the right attitude for householders to say that I am that, who are conscious of doing everything themselves. So if you see yourself as the doer, the planner, the enactor, the agent of your life, it's not time for non-duality yet as a part of your practice. According to the non-dualists, the self is unattached. That idea of I isn't attached to a body or mind or any particular thing. It's a universal sense of being. Good and bad, virtue and vice, and the other pairs of opposites cannot in any way injure the self or the soul, this universal self, though they undoubtedly afflict those who have identified themselves with their bodies. Smoke soils the wall, certainly, but it cannot in any way affect the akasha, or space. Following the Vedantists of this class, Krishna Kishore used to say, I am Ka, meaning akasha. Being a great devotee, he could say that with some justification, but it is not becoming for others to do so. So in some rare occasions, it's all right for someone to have that practice. For someone who is exceptionally pure, meaning that they've gotten rid of ideas of me and mine to a great extent, they can practice that idea of I am that. But he goes on to say, our practice, for you and me, he says, but to feel that one is a free soul is very good. So he likes that. Be constantly repeating, I am free, I am free. A man will verily become free. Free means to be free of desire. It's not freedom to do what you want. As long as you have a want, you're beholden to something. You are enslaved to something. So freedom is to be without desire, because you're content and full as you are. There is no need. Nothing rules you. Your body isn't telling you what to do. Your mind isn't telling you what mood you're in. You're free. And so to take this idea of self, I'm free, I am beyond desire, I'm beyond limitation, I am, universal. To have that idea of being released from your bondage is a good one, he says, and you should repeat it constantly. When you get up in the morning, I'm free, I'm free. On the other hand, by constantly repeating I'm bound, he certainly becomes bound to worldliness. So you see where he's going? Now listen to this. This is very apropos for us. The fool who says only, I am a sinner, verily drowns himself in worldliness. One should rather say, I have chanted the name of God. How can I be a sinner? How can I be bound? Yes. So what you think, you become. That's the message there. Think that you are free and without desire. Think that you are content and that you are whole, and you will be. We manifest what the mind conceives, That's how this whole world is built. When an architect builds a skyrise, a skyscraper, it exists in the mind first. It's imagined first. And through his being committed to that thought, he manifests it one step at a time until, lo and behold, there's a skyscraper outside of his imagination that you can actually go and explore. You are very much like that. What you think yourself to be, what you manifest yourself to be, is what you will become. Be free, be whole, be pure, be without desire, and then you will know exactly what it is to have the bliss of being.